Okay. There you go. Hey, we say good morning to. We're broadcasting live, taking the show on the road again today. Show number 567. We're live at the Sprint store in North Johnson City. Sprint says thanks deals. And they got some super deals. And we say good morning to you and welcome you aboard. We are 23 days away. Can you believe it? 23 days out from the Food City 300, and your chance to win tickets. Very easy to go right here on the website here, TomTaylorSports.com, and hit it right there. Boom, there you are. Winning tickets to the Food City 300, the 25th anniversary. Austin Dillon back in town to defend his crown, so you can win tickets. All you got to do is go to the website, TomTaylorSports.com/contest, and checking with Jeremiah just now before the show gets started from Appalachian Digital. Of course, the man who does it and does it. The man does it all. And so he said we got 7 states already, folks, from Tennessee, New York State, West Virginia, Georgia, Ohio, and North Carolina already got their name in the bucket to win tickets to go to the doubleheader. Didn't mention the doubleheader. Let's hit that too right there. Again, that's the UNOH 200, the Camping World Truck Series. Pressure's on. We're going to be talking about that coming up in a few minutes as everybody winding things down before the start of the chase. And so the race coming up in Bristol in 19 days out would be the UNOH 200, where again, Ben Kennedy, the defending champ of the race, and the Bush's Beans 150, Eric Goodell and a Chevrolet won it there. So we're giving away tickets for that night on Wednesday, August the 16th. And of course, for the Food City 300, the final night of Dale Jr. is going to be at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series. We have that for you as well. All you have to do is go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest, and good luck. Again, already 7 states entered into the contest. We'll give it away 2 weeks from today. In fact, 2 weeks from today, we'll be at Food City in Piney Flats broadcasting live, so we'll have that for you then. So good luck. Hey, coming up today on the show, let's show you who's going to have coming up here in just a few minutes. He'll be in here from the Johnson City Press talking East Tennessee State Sports. Joe Vento. Lots going on in the Buck Camp. We've got basketball players transferring. We've got football practice getting ready to start next week. We've got all kinds of items to talk about with the Buck Sports, and Joe will be in here with us from the Johnson City Press coming up here in a few minutes. Then we'll go live to Iowa Speedway. We'll go there and talk to Pat Patterson, getting ready for the let's see what's going to be out there. It'll be the Xfinity Series. William Byron, the defending champ of the race from a year ago, so we'll go live to Iowa Speedway. We'll talk to Pat Patterson with the Performance Racing Network. You hear him every race in one of the turns calling the action with the Performance Racing Network, so we'll be joined by Pat Patterson a little bit later in the show. Then a little bit later on, we'll go to our buddy WLW's Dave Martin in Cincinnati, riding the way with Dave. We get the very latest on the Reds and the Bengals and the Browns and the Cavaliers and whatever's going on in Ohio sports, and so very excited about that. All that happening right here again on the show. Monday, we're going to be at Blue Lizard, Australian Sunscreen. Tuesday, can't remember where we're going to be. Tuesday, Wednesday we'll be at Chick-fil-A. Next Thursday, Champion Chevrolet. The next Friday we'll be on the Food City Friday, back into the new month. We'll be at Food City on Eastman Road in Kingsport, Mark Hubbard's store. So there you go. Hey, we always tell you we unashamedly start the show by dedicating it to the man who hung on the cross. And here is the verse for the day. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I've engraved your name on the palm of my hands. How about that? Where's my bell? Do I have the bell here? The bell should be here. Where is the bell? There's the bell. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I've engraved you on the palms of my hands. That's out of the book of Joshua and the book of Isaiah. That's who we dedicate the show to every day. Sprint says thanks deals. How about this? It is tax-free weekend here in the great state of Tennessee. So it is a free Samsung Tab E. It's free to begin with, and it's tax-free. You can't get any better than that. It's free and tax-free on top of that. That is the Samsung Tab E all weekend long. These specials are good all weekend. The Sprint says thanks deals. Also, $200 off selected iPads. Tax-free this weekend. And unlimited data on the tablet for $20. And so that's available again here at Sprint and all 3 Sprint stores all the Sprint stores in the Tri-Cities. We're at the one on North Roan Street in North Johnson City. Also, they're offering up to $300 in gift cards for switching to Sprint and having a qualifying employee discount. How about that? Also, 50% off the Samsung Galaxy S8. How about that? Half price this weekend. half price off of the Samsung Galaxy S8 here at your Sprint store, and also several high-end devices for just $30 down and $10 a month, no matter your credit situation. So this is the place to come all weekend long. We're here to 1 o'clock, of course, but you want to come in here and check it out. So 50% off the Samsung Galaxy S8 this weekend at Sprint here in North Johnson City. Also, Zeb, where's other stores? Kingsport, Elizabethton, Bristol. Yep, got them covering all 4 total Sprint stores. Bristol, Virginia, Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol, Virginia, Elizabeth, and Kingsport right here in North Johnson City. 50% off the Samsung Galaxy S8 this weekend, and the Sprint Says Thanks deals all weekend long at your Sprint store. We'll take a quick break, come right back. We'll be jumping in. Our first segment will be Major League Baseball, and we'll see who played yesterday, who's hot, who's not, who's playing this weekend, and also a young man who's getting ever so close to that coveted 3,000 hit mark, and he's having a heck of a career, and he's got certainly got his name punched for the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. We'll tell you about that, and baseball, Major League and Appalachian League next year on show number 567 from the Sprint store in North Johnson City on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
This is the place where you can forget all about work for a while and celebrate the good old U.S. of A. And take in the best bumper-banging, fist-waving, hero-making short track race of the year, the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race. And kids' tickets are just $10. Be there August 19th, because it ain't just another race. It's Bristol, baby.
Trucks, and more trucks at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a huge selection of over 400 new Silverados to choose from, with over 700 total Chevrolets in stock, with savings that are bigger than our massive selection. Silverado Double and Crew Cab All-Stars, $11,000 off MSRP. Malibu LT, 20% off. 17 Colorado, $19,995. 17 Equinox, $21,445. Don't miss out on one of the best times to buy a new Chevrolet with savings that will leave you asking, how do they do that? At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City.
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
We're back live with the Tom Dillard Sports Show live at Sprint Store in North Johnson City on this Friday. Again, thanks for being with us. July the 28th, 2017. Again, we're at show number 567. Major League Baseball yesterday, let's run them down for you. The Nationals, a club record 8 home runs yesterday. They hammered the Brewers 15-2. Brewers are in a tailspin. They have led the NL Central for most of the season, but all of a sudden, coming out of the All-Star break, they are not doing well at all. In fact, they're looking over the shoulder watching the Cardinals and the Cubs catch them, and even the Pirates in the fray. Nationals got them 15-2. Indians beat the Angels 2-1. Blue Jays double up the A's in 10, 8-4. Yankees in 11 beat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 6-5. Marlins beat the Reds. What else is new? 4-1 the final there. Diamondbacks shut out the Cardinals 4-0. Cardinals kind of like a roller coaster. They get a little momentum, then they go back. Get a little momentum, 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, and struggling again. The Cardinals shut out by Arizona 4-0. Cubbies double up the White Sox in the Battle of Chicago 6-3. The Padres out on the left coast beat the Mets 7-5. Some notes from yesterday: Bryce Harper's hitting streak to 19 games now for the Washington Nationals, and so again, slugger Bryce Harper extending his hitting streak to 19 games. He did it with a first-inning home run against the Brewers yesterday, and also went on to add another home run in the third inning, so a 2 long ball night for Bryce Harper, who is, again, with a 19-game hitting streak. Also, 3 Blue Jays ejected yesterday. What's interesting about that, the umpire is from Johnson City. Will Little tossed out yesterday 3 Blue Jays, not 1, not 2, but 3 guys at the same time for arguing balls and strikes. I don't remember that happening too often in Major League Baseball. The pitcher, Marcus Stroman, the catcher, Russell Martin, and then the manager, John Gibbons, got in the action. So Will Little from Johnson City, the home plate umpire, tossed all 3 of them. So all, for what it's worth, both teams are barking a little about his strike zone throughout the game. And so apparently it was not to anybody's liking. Little, relatively new to the umpiring circuit. We had him on the show back in the spring one Thursday at Champion Chevrolet. So Will Little, formerly from Johnson City and Science Hill, now a big league umpire, tossing 3 guys at one time. It's pretty cool. Marcus Stroman, Russell Martin, pitcher, catcher, and the manager, John Gibbons, let go and canned by Will Little from Johnson City, Tennessee. Hello, my man's in the house. We're going to get to him here in just a second. Joe Vento from the Johnson City Press. Trade rumors, of course, trade deadlines coming up on Monday, the 31st. Dodgers has said they're going to get either Sonny Gray, Justin Verlander with a $59 million contract that somebody's got to pay, either Detroit or the Dodgers, or Yu Darvish from the Rangers. And so these guys, all 3, are trying to bolster the Dodgers rotation, what with Clayton Kershaw out now 5 to 6 weeks with a back injury. Marlins have said their right-hand pitcher, a relief pitcher, I should say, right-hand pitcher Dan Straley is available, and so he could be a pretty hot commodity as well. The Astros are looking at the Tigers' Justin Wilson to help them out before Monday's trade deadline. Got some other news as well. We've got Melky Cabrera, the White Sox outfielder, was very interested in leaving. White Sox doing a fire sale job, but not much interest in Melky Cabrera right now. The Red Sox interested in Twins pitcher Brandon Kinsler. So we'll see how those all go between now and, again, as we said, on Monday with the trade deadline. Overnight, the Devil Rays acquiring left-hand pitcher Dan Jennings from the White Sox for minor league first baseman Casey Gillespie. And also the Rays got first baseman Lucas Duda from the New York Mets for right-hand pitcher Drew Smith. So they figure Duda's going to be the new designated hitter for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. A couple of other baseball notes. Again, you have Nationals placing Steven Strasburg on the 10-day disabled list to allow their standout right-hander time to rest his elbow, a right elbow nerve impingement, whatever that means. The move is retroactive to July 24th. Manager Dusty Baker says Strasburg wasn't feeling right, so the righty will skip a start. Should be okay and ready to go for the next go-round. Also, we talk about Adrian Beltre, again, young man who's flirting with 3,000 base hits. He's at 2996. The next one up on the all-time hits list will be the late Roberto Clemente with 3,000. Al Kaline with 3,007. Wade Boggs with 3,010. Certainly within reach of this guy who's having a Hall of Fame career. Rafael Palmeiro with 3,020. And then Lou Brock with 3,023 are some of the more notables. So Beltre, again, going to the weekend activities with, as we said, 2996 under his belt. So before we go to the break and bring in Joe and talk, let's again tell you a couple of other notes. We go as follows. Today, everything under the lights. Tampa Bay will be in New York to battle the Yankees. The Angels in Toronto. Houston at Detroit. Kansas City opens up a series at the Red Sox at Fenway Park with David Price on the mound tonight for the Bo Sox. Baltimore at Texas. Cleveland at Chicago. Minnesota at Oakland. And the New York Mets will be in Seattle to battle the Mariners. In the National League, you have everything under the lights. Tehran will be for the Atlanta Braves in Philadelphia against the Phillies. Colorado at Washington. Cincinnati opens up a series in Miami. The Cubbies will be on Milwaukee. Arizona at St. Louis. Waco on the mound, red hot for the Cardinals. He'll pitch tonight in Busch Stadium against Arizona. The Mets at Seattle. Pittsburgh at San Diego. And San Francisco will battle the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Standing starting the weekend, Boston with only a half-game lead with New York in the American League East. Tampa Bay 3 games out. In the Central, Cleveland with a 2-game lead over Kansas City, Minnesota 6-back. In the Western Division, Houston with a 17-game lead. They run away with that division. They're 67-34, the best record in the American League for the Astros. In the National League, Washington with a 13-game lead over the Atlanta Braves in the East. In the Central, it's tight. Chicago leads Milwaukee by a game and a half. Pittsburgh and the Cardinals are gaining ground. They're only 4.5 back, so Milwaukee has... Man, they've laid an egg since the All-Star break, and now the Cubbies lead them by a game and a half in the Central, and Los Angeles with a 12-game lead over Arizona in the National League West. Before we go to the break, again, we'll come back talk to my man Joe Vento, talking East Tennessee State sports. Last night in the Appalachian League, Burlington beat Kingsport, Greenville beat Bristol, and that's the only games got reported. Tonight you have Kingsport at home. You can watch them there. Appalachian League Baseball in Kingsport. K-Mets against Burlington. The Bristol Pirates at home tonight against the Greenville Astros. Johnson City travels to Danville, Virginia. Elizabethton's in Princeton, West Virginia. So Appalachian League Baseball tonight in the Tri-Cities, in Kingsport, and in Bristol. We'll take a quick break. We're live at the Sprint Store. Come back to tell you about the specials and get my man in, Joe Vento. He joins us coming up next. We're live at the Sprint Store here on show number 567 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live at the Sprint store in North Johnson City. We're about to be joined by my man, and let's get him on camera. And boom, there we go. And boom, there he is. Joe Vento again from the Johnson City Press. And there he is. We'll get him on in just a second because I've got to tell you about these deals. There's some great deals happening at Sprint. Again, it's the Sprint Says Thanks deals all weekend long at all the Sprint stores across the Tri-Cities. And so, again, 50% off discount on the Samsung Galaxy S8. That is half off. Now, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but when it's half off, it's half off. Either way you look at it, that's the Samsung Galaxy S8 half off this weekend. Also, they got the free Samsung Tab E. It's free, tax-free, unlimited data for only $20 a month. They also have iPads on sale. It's tax-free weekend in Tennessee. $200 off select iPads and unlimited data on the tablet for only $20. It's all tax-free, so saving is saving any way you slice it, and it's a big weekend to save here in Tennessee with the no-tax weekend. So those are some of the specials going on here at the Sprint store. Also, Sprint will buy out your current agreement up to $650 per line. So, so it's all going on right here again at the Sprint store. We've got folks in here working situations and deals, I guess, as we speak. We also have stores in Kingsport, Elizabeth, and Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia. It's all weekend long, and it's at all the stores. So, Joe, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, as I said, but when something's half off, something's half off. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Pretty good deal.
Yeah. He's in the house, Joe Vento again.
Don't sell yourself short. You're pretty sharp.
Well, I have my days, I guess. So, Joe's in the house. Again, he's the beat writer for East Tennessee State with the Johnson City Press. Does a phenomenal job. And, man, where do we start? Lots going on since you were on about a month and a half ago. We were Chick-fil-A. And so since then, football practice starts next week for the Bucks. Didn't get a real good glowing rating by the media or the coaches in the Rouser, the Southern Conference Media Days.
They were happy about that.
Huh?
They were happy about that.
Yeah, they want that.
They said they got a little motivation about being picked 8th out of 9 teams.
Yep. So
last year they were picked 9th.
Yep. So Torbush said that's okay. It's not where we start, it's where we finish. And so practice starts next week.
Players come in Thursday. Practice starts Friday.
So in your humble opinion, because you cover the Buccaneers, what do you think?
They're going to be a lot better. And I said this last year. I said they're going to be a lot better from the previous year, but you might not see it because the schedule's gotten tougher. This year it's gotten even tougher, and it's just going to keep getting tougher. So they're going to have to keep getting better. But, I mean, all these guys now, they have juniors. 3 years ago they had 100 freshmen. Those guys are all juniors now, and they've gone through the wars of college football. They know what it's like. When they started, if you remember, they were losing to non-scholarship Division III schools, and they didn't have anybody to look to have any leadership when things were going bad. Now they got plenty of leadership. They got plenty of experience, and like we said a couple of weeks ago, youth is not an excuse anymore for them. So I expect them to be better. Like the coach always says, get tired of hearing it, bigger, faster, stronger. But it's true. They are. The same guys that came in as 250-pound tackles are now 275, 285, 290, 300. So we'll see. They're opening up against Limestone College. I think they kind of set up an opener that could be friendly to the home team. But then they go to James Madison, the defending national champion. And if I'm not mistaken, James Madison, I think they hung 70 on 2 or 3 teams last year. So, yes. Carl Torbush always talks about playing these teams to see where we stand, and he's saying where we stand, not me. and they're going to find out real quick where they stand.
Real quick. And so, and a lot of buzz at East Tennessee State, the new football stadium. They're getting ready to have another round of tours on August the 10th, but apparently it's going to be a show place.
The turf is down. If you've seen the pictures lately, the East Tennessee State University is up on the top of the press box and luxury suites. And here's the thing, and I'm going to write about this today, so don't tell anybody.
Okay.
But they have not announced what they're going to call it. Nobody's really breached that subject, so I'm going to ask Scott Carter today, write a story today for tomorrow's paper. They're not going to tell me, because whenever they decide it, they're going to want to open it up with, with balloons and pomp and circumstance. But at least I'm going to get them to tell me that they're not ready to announce that yet.
So corporate sponsorships.
It's got to be.
It's got to be somebody.
Yeah.
Something.
But there's been several individuals and companies that have donated as much as $1 million to the project. So I don't know what it's going to cost to get the naming rights.
Well put.
Yeah. So.
Call to Joe Vento again, Johnson City Press. We're live at the Sprint store in North Johnson City, where the Samsung Galaxy S8 is half off all weekend long at all Sprint stores. It's the Sprint Says Thanks deals, and that's and also the iPads. It's tax-free weekend in Tennessee. Back to school tax-free weekend. $200 off select iPads, and they are tax-free on top of that, so you can't beat it. If you're looking for a tablet, now's the time to come in and get a tablet. A tablet or an iPad again from Sprint. And of course, I've been a card-carrying member with Sprint for, I had it back when it was Suncom. So I love Sprint, and they take care of me here. And Ronnie and Zeb and John and the guys do a fantastic job. So Sprint Says Thanks deals this weekend, all weekend long at all Sprint stores here in the Tri-Cities. As you see on the screen, we're talking to Joe Vento, the Johnson City Press. So new football stadium, new air of enthusiasm in the program. New coach in the fray for the football team too.
Defensive line coach Darryl Day just came in, and there was an unfortunate time to have to hire a coach. They lost their defensive line coach just as the preseason was about to begin, and everybody basically who you'd want to get in that position at that point already has a job. So you're going to have to try to talk somebody to come in here from somewhere else, and Carl did, and just looking at his resume, it looks good. He's got a lot of experience coaching under NFL guys, and I think he did well, and unfortunately it left a hole somewhere else, so it's kind of like a snowball effect in July.
In July, that's good. That's good. I like it. Snowball in July. Well, Carl Torbush, with his resume, and of course all the stops he's made in his career, he has a lot of contacts, so I didn't think it'd be too hard for him to get on the phone and get somebody with a pretty reputable resume to come coach East Tennessee State football.
No, just about any program in the country, you don't have to look too far down the staff to have somebody that he either knows or has coached with, as long as he's been around.
Absolutely.
He's
We're
got
talking
plenty
Joe.
of contacts.
Yes, he does. We're talking Joe Vento, Johnson City Press. We're live here at the Sprint store. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to go live by phone to Iowa Speedway. Talk to Pat Patterson with the Performance Racing Network. The Xfinity Series there this weekend. The Trucks and Cup Series in Pocono. We'll talk about that as well coming up here in a few minutes. So, Joe, we switch sports at East Tennessee State. Basketball, young man coming home, so to speak. Patrick Good, tell me about it.
Well, he had a really good freshman season at Appalachian State. I think he made 55 threes. He averaged 7 points a game. When he came out of high school, he showed some interest in going to ETSU. And ETSU, they kind of showed some interest in him, but at that point they didn't have a scholarship. So they kind of asked him to come walk on, and they'd work him in. And as it turned out, had he come, he would have gotten a scholarship right away, because Julian Walters left the program mid-season, and he would have gotten that. But as it turned out, he had moved on to Appalachian State. Wasn't very happy there, and when he went back to summer school, it was kind of gnawing at him, and he just nothing had changed. The feeling didn't change, so he just decided to make the change, and he called up here, and he's got to sit out a year, but he'll be playing. Anybody who remembers a couple of years ago high school basketball, he had one of the greatest seasons ever around here.
Exactly.
He averaged over 25 points a game.
No question.
And he proved to be a Division I college player. He scored 21 against Tennessee, and he averaged 7 in a tough Sun Belt league. So that's a good year for him.
Yep. And so he's leaving Appalachian State. He's the son, of course, John Good, the coach of Crockett. So there's a lot of benefits for East Tennessee State having Patrick Good come back. Number one, he's a great player. He's a great kid. And it also, if you're a basketball fan or a Crockett fan, more specifically, it's going to put fannies in seats when he gets his eligibility. He has to sit out a year, but he's got 3 years of eligibility.
Well, and that's always the problem when these guys recruit local kids. And Steve Forbes even told me that you don't recruit a local kid to sit on the bench, because then people come and start hollering, how come he's not playing? So if you're going to sign a kid from here, you got to make sure that he can play, because he's going to play. So, and they have some senior guards this year, so it's going to open up perfectly for him. So the timing's perfect for Patrick.
Forbes has done a great job. They financially rewarded him to keep him around because being a young coach and obviously a successful coach, he was getting some looks by some of the big boys, and East Tennessee State stepped up and made him financially happy to hang around for a while.
What they did was kind of genius, actually. They added to his contract these bonuses that he gets each July if he's still here, retention bonuses. So, and it was private money as well, as raised not using state or school money, and it's not part of his salary. So if he ever does leave, they don't bring in a guy and he says, well, this is what he was making, because it's not technically what he's making. It's just a retention bonus. And what that did was it took out a whole level of schools to look at him. The very next level up, they can't come in and wow him with an offer now, because he's already making that much with these bonuses. So it's going to have to take a much higher level to get him out of here, which is a good move on Dr. Sanders' part.
They've turned the corner. Obviously, they renovated Freedom Hall, which has become a very hard place for the opposing team to come in and play in and win. It's a definite home court advantage. The program's on the way up. Just a lot of good positives coming out of Buck basketball at East Tennessee State. Lady Bucks kind of had a setback this week. Again, Brittany Zell and the program announcing that Kelsey and Kayla Marisite, the Marisite twins from Elizabethton, no longer on the team.
They just came in and said they didn't want to play anymore, apparently, and they have their reasons. They've not made them public, so they're just not part of the team, but apparently they're staying in school and just not going to play basketball now. So, and the stats didn't look real great for them as freshmen, but they only played about 6 minutes a game average, so it's hard to get a decent scoring average when you're only playing 6 minutes. So, but they're moving on. They're both moving on.
Do you think they'll stay at East Tennessee State as students or move on and play basketball somewhere else?
I don't really know. I mean, I have no way of knowing. I haven't talked to them, and maybe they're enrolled, I guess. Maybe it happened so late that it was tough to get somewhere else. I'm not sure.
As a basketball fan, you would hope that they do move on and play, because obviously they can play the game, and you'd hate to see them just become academic only. Nothing wrong with that, but if you have the talent and have the ability, you would think, and I would think, be some other coaches ringing the phone off the hook saying at their home saying, what interest would you have to come play at XYZ school?
Yeah,
so,
you'd think so.
Yep.
I hope they do.
Yep. So we'll keep an eye out of that one. Again, the Marisite twins from Elizabeth are no longer in the program, and on the team. We're talking to Joe Vento of the Johnson City Press, who covers East Tennessee State. He's going to tell us about, he just got back from Scotland. I'm talking about way over there playing golf. We're going to talk to him about that coming up here in a few moments. And so a new baseball coach at East Tennessee State, too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was kind of sad to see Tony Skoll go, but it seems as though, and this goes right back to Dick Sander again, the athletic director. He seems to know how to hire people. He's very confident in his ability to hire people, and it appears as though they got a good guy coming in from Stony Brook, right?
Yeah, Stony Brook out of Maryland.
And
yep.
It's just amazing how he can bring in people that you've never heard of, and when they come in, they get all these people just saying glowing things about him. I think the program's in good shape. We'll see.
Yeah, Buck baseball. Of course, Tony left to go back down to the Citadel, and that's where I knew him when I was calling the play-by-play. He was the third baseman for the Citadel Bulldogs.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I went with him to the College World Series in
cool.
Omaha, so back in 90. And so for the late Child Port, the coach of the Citadel Bulldogs. So Tony goes back home, if you will. And so we have a new baseball coach at East Tennessee State. So I guess if we take a step back and look at everything across the board, if you had to grade things out at East Tennessee State, I would say either A or B. It looks like everything's up and looks pretty positive.
It does. I mean, they had a heck of a spring. so many teams did well. So many teams made postseason. Yeah, they now with the football stadium kind of wrapping it all up. You mentioned Freedom Hall. I guess that's the only drawback about building a football stadium is that it doesn't look like a basketball arenas any time in the future. They've made Freedom Hall as nice as they can, and it's really nice, but it's not on campus, and it's still a bus ride for students to get there to come to the games, which it probably hurts the attendance a little bit, but
Is what it is.
yeah, it is. I mean, they've done as well as they could, and now that they've added a locker room in there for the players. They didn't have that in the past. It was pretty bad in there. It was just a barren room.
Been in there, so wasn't much to it. Folding chairs and
That was it,
and a nail in the wall. That's where you hang your clothes, and pretty
And
primitive.
actually, a couch that John Cougar Mellencamp went out and bought when he wasn't happy with the furniture in the dressing room.
There you go. The things this man knows. You just came back from Scotland on a personal note. Tell me about playing golf over there at St. Andrews. That's pretty cool.
Well, I went over there with 3 friends, Mark Finucane being one of them, the former assistant fire chief here in Johnson City. And we had done it before, so we knew a little bit more how to do it. We didn't have a tee time on the old course in St. Andrews, but our house that we stayed in was very close. We went out at 2 o'clock in the morning to get in line. It was a driving rainstorm, and it was cold. And we were first ones in line. By 3:15, there was maybe 8 people. By 4:30, there was 12. And the starter came out. And what they do is tee times are all gone. And then they have a daily ballot you can get in. And we didn't get chosen in that. So all the tee times are taken for, but they're not all foursomes. So they take singles out of the line and fill in the groups. So you know you can get off if you get out there early enough. So when I told the guys, we've come all the way to Scotland. I've done it before when I've gotten out there at 1:30. So let's get out there by 2. And by 6:30, I was hitting the first shot of the day on the old course. Mark Finucane and I, and then our other 2 friends, Warren and Dave, were playing, and they got off 30 minutes behind us. And we played over there for 7 days. We played Carnoustie in the old course and several courses in St. Andrews, and just had a blast. But sleeping on the starter steps, we never really did sleep this time because it was so cold and wet, and we were just kind of hunkering down. That's what we were doing.
Staying warm.
Yeah.
Because it's cold. That's a cold rain over there.
It was, and then the rain stopped basically right after we played, and it was a nice day, and it was good. It was right after we started, actually.
Joe's going to be, by the way, we're very excited. Of course, we start August the 17th with the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Of course, he won't start for a week or so. Well, I guess we can still get him in and talk about training camp, but he's going to give us an in-depth preview of every Buck football game this year, which is very exciting. And we've got Virginia Tech covered, got Tennessee covered. Of course, Joe's going to do East Tennessee State. We've got the high schools covered. So it all starts, again, August the 17th. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. David Carmichael will call in and give us the top 5 big college football games every week, and of course none bigger than September the 2nd when it all gets started. Alabama and the Seminoles of Florida State. What a way to start college football.
It is. September 2nd. I've had that date drilled into my head, though, because it's also ETSU's opener.
Yes, against Limestone.
Against Limestone. And they're going to open their stadium with a night game. So
on Saturday night.
We're going to see how the lights work right off the bat.
There you go.
Because they weren't the greatest when they were playing their home games that were over at Science Hill. The lighting wasn't that good there.
No, it was not good.
They've improved it.
They've upgraded them, but back in the day they weren't too hot. But good stuff. So you're working on what, before I let you go, what stories you're working on right now?
Well, like I said, the stadium, we're going to talk to Scott Carter about just see if they're going to give us a hint what they might be calling the ETSU stadium, because it's getting close to opening time. They're going to have to let us know, and I know they're going to want to make an announcement, probably with one of those really cool giant checks come along, I always wanted to get one of those.
Yeah,
like Happy
me
Gilmore.
too. And one that counts. Not just a
Actually, I
cardboard
did
check.
that once. I won like $100 of merchandise in a golf tournament, and they had the big check, so they put my name on it just for about 2 minutes.
You felt cool, didn't you?
Yeah.
Getting one of those big checks.
Didn't spend any more than just the 100 though.
There you go. Thank you.
All right.
Good guy. Okay. Quick break. We'll be right back. Coming up 23 nights from tonight, Food City 300. Here's Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
If you're not a race fan and I send you to Bristol, you're going to be a race fan when you leave.
The most popular track on the circuit.
Let me tell you, don't count that 88 out. He's pretty darn good.
says goodbye to NASCAR's most popular driver.
Hell yeah!
The Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race, August 19th. Your last chance to see Junior run the night race.
Man, this is one of the biggest wins in my career.
Why is that?
It's Bristol, baby!
And so there you go right there. The tickets where you can win for Food City 300 tickets. Again, the 25th anniversary. Just go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest. Again, already 7 states. Got folks from Tennessee, West Virginia, Virginia, Georgia, Ohio, North Carolina, and New York State have already qualified and put their name in the bucket, and so you can as well. We'll give them away 2 weeks from today. There will be multiple winners. I like that part. Multiple winners coming up again for the giveaway. So again, simply go to that website, TomTaylorSports.com, and /contest, and good luck. And we hope that you are a winner, because we got multiple winners coming up 2 weeks from today. Quick break. We'll be right back. We will go live to Iowa Speedway, talk to our buddy Pat Patterson with the Performance Racing Network. He's there covering the race this weekend at the Iowa Speedway. He joins us coming up next year. Show number 567 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Sprint again, North Johnson City. It's the Sprint Says Thanks deals this weekend, all weekend long. We'll tell you all about that. We'll tell you there's 50% off discount on the new Samsung Galaxy S8. Can't beat that. 50% is 50%. So we'll talk more about some of the great specials that they've got this weekend at Sprint here and all the Sprint stores here in Northeast Tennessee, across the Tri-Cities. Let's go to the phone. He's there, as you see on the screen. He's with us live from Iowa Speedway. Pat Patterson with the Performance Racing Network. And good morning, sir. How you doing? And how's everything in Iowa?
Hey, Tom, happy Friday to you and to all of your listening audience, NASCAR fans. It is a great Friday, beautiful day in Newton, Iowa, about 35 miles from east side of Des Moines, where we'll go racing with the US Cellular 250 tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon. But I got to tell you, Tom, they are racing everywhere this weekend. I mean, everything and everywhere.
Absolutely. Of course, we got the trucks and the Cup Series in Pocono. We'll talk about that in a moment. But let's talk about the Xfinity Series. It's been very hotly contested. Elliott Sadler, your current points leader, and it's been a great year for the Xfinity Series. Tell me about it.
Well, I think the biggest story is the emergence of William Byron right
Yep.
now. With 3 big wins and to pull off what was arguably his best win last weekend against veteran Paul Menard. We went to Indianapolis with high hopes that the downforce package there and the tapered spacer restricted plate, if you like, would make a difference. And I was not optimistic that we were going to get a great race because we just so rarely do at Indianapolis. But in fact, it turned out to be a really good race. It was good because a group of 3 or 4 cars could catch the leaders. And if we're aiming for something in this business, we're aiming for that kind of competition where 2 guys up front don't go away and are just gone. We want to see some competition, and because of that downforce aero package that they had there, we got a great race. To have William Byron win at Indy certainly elevates him, while second in the points, elevates him to be the hottest driver in the Xfinity Series, for sure. Now, coming into tomorrow afternoon's US Cellular 250, we welcome back Sam Hornish. Good to see Sam back at the racetrack. I saw him and his wife and kids kind of fooling around in the parking lot this morning. I know he's excited to be back behind the wheel of a race car. Iowa will be a short track battle, like always. The place has got some speedway characteristics. It's fast, it's really wide, but at the end of the day, it's the same old song and dance. You got to get the car to cut the corner and be able to really get some forward drive off the corners here to be successful. The JRM cars have been the show right now, but I suspect this weekend. I've seen Sam Hornish run really good here, so therefore I think you'll see the Ford step up again this weekend. I think that Ryan Reed will get a little bounce back from last weekend, and certainly all of those Joe Gibbs cars are in the hunt every time we come here. So it'll be a good race Saturday afternoon here, and one that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Let's run down the points. Elliott Sadler with a 40-point lead over William Byron. Justin Allgaier 3rd. Brennan Poole 4th. Daniel Henry currently 5th. Cole Custer 6th. Matt Tiff 7th. As you mentioned, Ryan Reed. He is currently 8th in points. Dakota Armstrong 9th. And Michael Annett rounds out the top 10. So typically, you've been there. We had you there last year. And so what's it take to win at Iowa Speedway? What would be the strategy? It's for folks that have never seen the Speedway or been to Iowa. What's going to be the ticket to win this thing?
Well, I really think that it's the same, in every one of these short track races. And is that, you're going to have some fuel strategy based on the stages. If you've already got a win, and there aren't a lot of these guys that have gotten wins, but the ones that have wins can have a little bit more in their hand play, because they may shy away from winning a stage point or a championship point, and strictly deal with the idea of just trying to win this race and get themselves locked into a place in the championship hunt. You still got Elliott Sadler looking for wins. He has not gotten that done yet, and a whole handful of other guys. You mentioned Matt Tiff just a minute ago. He's another one that I think can win Daniel Emmerich, who's got a great race car. You know, it's all about dealing with a hot, slick racetrack and trying to have a strategy that's going to allow you to run up front, and that all boils down to, you know, getting your car to turn in the middle, and so therefore, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to seeing as we get after it tomorrow afternoon.
The silly season continues. Again, you see on the screen, we're talking to Pat Patterson live with Performance Racing Network from Iowa Speedway. William Byron, again, continues to be batted around as one of the guys of the future, no question. Will he end up maybe next year in a number 5 seat of Casey Kane or somewhere else? What do you think the future holds in the immediate future for William Byron with Rick Hendrick Motorsports?
Well, my understanding is that he'll go for another season in the Xfinity Series, and you know, I have no idea who will be in the 5 car next year, but I really don't suspect that it will be William Byron. I think they want him, like they did Chase Elliott, to get, you know, as much seasoning as possible and get as much confidence built as possible, which is what's going on right now with him. Could that get accelerated due to sponsorship? Well, you know, you never say never. So if Exalta or this or that, I mean, you know, it's really more a buyer's market when it comes to who's going to be in what car. And it all really boils down to who wants to put the money up to sponsor. So, you know, is it possible? Yes. Is the likelihood that William Byron would be in the 5 car next year? I don't personally see it. But, you know, I think we all woke up this week with Ryan Blaney going to Penske. I think everybody knew that was probably what was going to happen. We know Roger Penske had been wanting to develop that 3rd team, which is kind of what the Wood Brothers have been this year. You know, with Paul Menard going over to the Wood Brothers, I feel like that gives the Wood Brothers great sponsorship with their race car. You know, we don't know if Motorcraft will stay with Ryan over at Penske, but my general belief is that that's probably what's going to happen over there. You know, so the door's still open for a lot of movement, if you will, and there's still a lot of top drivers that we really don't know where they're going, i.e. Casey Kane, Matt Kenseth, and probably a handful of others. But, you know, most of those cards will get put on the table here over the next, I would say the next 30 to 60 days. And before the playoffs start, I think we're pretty much going to know who's sitting in what seats.
6 races to go before the chase to the championship. The playoff pressure heightens, no question. So just looking at the list, the first 4 out would be, just if we stop today, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, and Trevor Bayne will be the drivers that would miss the chase if we started today. We've got, how many guys are in? We've got Martin Truex, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson, Kozlowski, Stenhouse Jr., 13, yep. Kevin Harvick, and we can go down the list. And so all these guys, remember the ones on the outside looking in right now, there's some big names. Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, the young Eric Jones, the young Daniel Suarez, and the young man from Knoxville, Trevor Bayne. So needless to say, each race, the stakes get a little higher and the pressure mounts every race beginning this weekend, correct?
Yeah, I honestly believe that there'll still be at least one spot, if not 2, that are open for the points, to get in on points, I should say. I really think that we'll get a repeat winner this week at Pocono, and I really think we'll get a repeat winner at Watkins Glen. I think that we could have a new winner at Bristol. I think somebody could jump up and surprise us at Bristol. And then you just got a handful of guys that are left. You know, you talk about Darlington and getting somebody on track to win down there. I think that that's a possibility, but I really don't think at this point that we're going to get too many more winners. Maybe one more new winner, but I still think there'll be 2 places for people to get on points.
Pocono's a tough track. You've talked about this the first time out a couple of weeks back, and it's almost 3 tracks in one. And it's kind of a different. You have to take a different approach to Pocono as you do other tracks. Is that a fair statement?
Well, you know, Pocono is a place where we shift to the transmissions. It's very much a road course. We always like to say rogal, because there's some aspects of the oval as well as road courses there. The tunnel turn is a tricky place over there, and it's aptly named because that's where everybody comes into the racetrack underneath there. It's a long afternoon at Pocono, and as we evidenced by Dale Jr. He's a perfect example of somebody who knows what he's doing, but still screwed up a couple of times shifting wise and blew up some engines. So all of that is factored into Pocono. The longest straightaway in all of NASCAR, and a real test for engines and transmissions. So it'll be a tough afternoon. And don't forget, this is the second week in a row, but the first time at Pocono where we qualified and raced all in the same day. We did that last week at the Brickyard. We'll do it again this Sunday at Pocono.
Again, our buddy Pat Patterson, in closing here, as always, tell us how we can see you and find you throughout the week with Pat Patterson.
Well, you always check us out on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. We're there Saturdays and Sunday mornings, 7 until 11 Eastern Time. We'll be there tomorrow morning to get your race day started. Follow us on Twitter @RacingGuy. And check out our Facebook page. We're always doing live hits on Facebook from the racetrack. We'll do another one this weekend from here in Iowa at the Racing Guy Facebook page. So check that out. And as always, catch us here on Fridays when we chat with our buddy Tom. And we'll look forward to a good weekend.
You got it. Great report, my friend. Thank you so very much. I'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir.
Good man right there, buddy. Pat Patterson, again, the Performance Racing Network, live from Iowa Speedway here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hey, we're live at the Sprint store again. Sprint says thanks deals again today and all weekend long. In fact, we're going to take a break and come back. We're going to have my man, Brandon's in the house. He's going to talk? Oh, really? You got what's good? When you're too busy to talk, that's what we want. $200 off select iPads, and it's tax-free weekend here in Tennessee, so the iPads are tax-free. $200 off selected iPads and unlimited data on the tablet for $20. It's all tax-free this weekend. Also here at Sprint, you look at 50% off discount on the Samsung Galaxy S8. Half price Samsung Galaxy S8. Can't beat that. And then also, you have Sprint will buy out your current agreement up to $650 per line, and also up to $300 in gift cards for switching to Sprint and having a qualifying employee discount. So lots of specials this weekend here in Johnson City, also in Kingsport, at both Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia locations, and also in Elizabethton. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll jump in, talk a little National Football League. NFL, the training camps are up and running, and we've got some NFL news regarding the Ravens, the Steelers, and got the Ravens and the Steelers in particular, and run down some more NFL notes as well right after this. We're live again at the Sprint store, getting ready for hour number 2 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here, the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show live again at the Sprint Store in North Johnson City. Again, where the Samsung Galaxy S8s are half off this weekend. That's a deal right there, folks. Brand spanking new Samsung Galaxy, the S8, 50% discount this week here again at your Sprint Store. Also, again, you got the free, I like that word, free Samsung Tab E. Tax-free, and it's just free. And unlimited data for only $20 a month. Also, they've got this weekend $200 off. $200 off selected iPads and unlimited data on the tablet for only $20, tax-free. So you get the iPad $200 off and tax-free this weekend here at Sprint. You can't beat that. I'm saying that's a good deal. NFL news, let's take a look at it. The controversial, to say the least, Colin Kaepernick looks like he's going to be looked at pretty strongly by the Baltimore Ravens, given the fact that Joe Flacco missed the first full practice of training camp because of a back injury, expected to be out for at least a week. John Harbaugh said the team likely needs to bring in another quarterback, considering Kaepernick, who opted out of his contract with the 49ers back in March. So stay tuned to see if, in fact, Colin Kaepernick will make the trip from San Francisco to Baltimore to try and be the backup for Joe Flacco, who, again, is out with a back injury. And it's a disc issue that can keep him out for 3 to 6 weeks. So this is a pretty serious thing. Any back injuries are serious, obviously, so if Flacco were to miss 6 weeks, that would potentially put him on a timeline, cause him to miss the Ravens' regular season opener against the Cincinnati Bengals. So with Flacco out, that means Ryan Mallett and Dustin Vaughn will be handling all the quarterback reps for the Ravens, unless they go get Colin Kaepernick or another quarterback. So Ravens, of course, we told you earlier in the week, lost Kenneth Dixon, the running back, with a torn meniscus for the season. So the Ravens are banged up as they start training camp. for Baltimore. Steelers running back was nowhere to be seen as the team reported for training camp in Pennsylvania yesterday. Le'Veon Bell, who was hit with the franchise tag this year, did not report to camp because he's unhappy. He wasn't able to hammer out a long-term contract with the Steelers before the July 17th deadline. Given to all franchise players. Sorry about that. They had a frog. Got to clear it. We're on a live show. Without a long-term contract, Le'Veon Bell forced to play 2017. Forced to play under a one-year contract, paying him. God, I don't see how he does it. I just don't see how he can get up and go to work. Going to get paid $12 million. That's all he's going to make. Bell has not signed his one-year franchise tender, which means the Steelers can't fine him for missing training camp. There you go. So he has worked he's playing it. So Bell forced to play this season under a one-year contract that's going to pay him $12 million for 16 games, and he's not happy with that. Bell has not yet signed his one-year franchise tender, which means the Steelers cannot fine him for missing training camp. So there you go. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said the situation with Bell is unfortunate. He said, obviously, I'd like to have him here. I want to focus my energy on the guys who are here. That's the way he look at it. It's an unfortunate circumstance, one that we'll deal with, one that he'll have to deal with. And so when will he show up in camp? When he gets here, Tomlin says, I don't know. I'm going to remain focused on the guys who are here and the overall development. When he gets here, he gets here. So, again, Le'Veon Bell not coming out to training camp for the Pittsburgh Steelers because he's going to make only $12 million for 2017. Bless his heart. So, also the left tackle Alejandro Villanueva, they only scheduled to make $615,000 next year. Signed a 4-year, $24 million contract with the Steelers yesterday morning. So, Pittsburgh without Le'Veon Bell, but Villanueva is in camp for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, NFL preseason, the Hall of Fame game next Thursday, a week from last night. It'll be the Cowboys in Arizona at the Hall of Fame game to kick off the NFL preseason schedule. And then, of course, the following week will be the first full week of action. I apologize about the frog. First full week of action will be the Texans and the Panthers on Wednesday, August the 9th. The real team plays the Raiders. My boys will play the first game they will have. They'll be thumping somebody. They're going to whip up on, August the 12th. They'll go to Arizona and thump the Cardinals in the preseason. Of course, Raiders open up in September in Nashville against the Titans, opening up the regular season. But the Hall of Fame game kicks off the exhibition NFL preseason with a game coming up next Thursday night between the Cowboys and Arizona. Again, the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. So Jason Witten and the Cowboys will be there along with Ezekiel Elliott and all Dak Prescott, although I don't think you'll see many reps from any of those guys, any of the regulars, because they're just not going to put those guys out there much, maybe one series, and that's about it. So if you're going to watch them, to see the big names, the regular players in the NFL preseason, at least the first couple of games, not going to happen. It's out there for these guys to be evaluated, the rookies and the up-and-comers, the draft picks, and then to make their choices of who's going to get and survive the cut for the team. So NFL preseason games, they charge a premium ticket price, and you don't really see the stars of the team. Not very much anyway, certainly the first couple of games. We talked earlier with Joe Vento, who came in. We thanked him for stopping by, talking about Buck Sports. And the football coach, Darryl Day, is the new defensive line coach. Pretty good resume. 54-year-old Day, more than 30 years of coaching. He's been a head coach at Nicholls State, Missouri Southern. He was an assistant in the Buffalo Bills organization to Chan Gailey from 2010 and 2011. He's also worked under 4 NFL coaches: Chan Gailey, Sam Rutigliano, Dave Wanstead, and Bill Landsbarger. And so this guy's got some pretty impressive stats, quite frankly. And so he is now the new defensive line coach, relief of Scott Brummett, who was let go. And so the Buccaneers open the season on Saturday, September the 2nd, hosting Limestone, which is a checkbook game. That's a sacrificial lamb. Limestone's coming to town to break in the Buccaneers' brand new on-campus stadium. And you got to know that Limestone's fixing to take one for the team, and that's okay. They're going to get a nice check to head back to Limestone College, but don't expect a whole lot of don't expect a whole lot coming out of Limestone. They're there in that opening game of the new stadium for a purpose, and that's to let the Bucks get a pretty good and impressive win. Hey, don't forget, coming up tomorrow, again, the inaugural Cigna Day of Health, offering free health screenings at Bristol Motor Speedway at BMS tomorrow. They'll be there again from 8 to 5, free to the public, free health screenings and dental care. Again, Appalachian Miles for Smiles, the mobile dental unit, and the Cigna Health Improvement Tour will be on hand to provide free dental services to folks 10 and older. Cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, and blood and body mass index screenings and chest x-rays, all free. Health coaches also be on hand. It's tomorrow. It's a free event from 8 to 5, again at Bristol Motor Speedway, being put on by Speedway Children's Charities. It's the Cigna Day of Health, offering free health screenings and dental care. Among those, again, free dental services to those 10 years old or 10 years and older, I should say. Cholesterol screenings, blood pressure, blood sugar, and body mass index screenings, and chest x-rays. And all that's going on tomorrow, free, from 8 to 5 at Bristol Motor Speedway. The Cigna Day of Health being put on by Speedway Children's Charities. Hey, Monday we're going to be at Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen. It's going to be a Blue Lizard weekend. Here you go. I've got the wrong screen. There it is. Blue Lizard, folks, right there. The sport, again, water resistant. See right there on the box, for 80 minutes, zinc oxide formula. And of course, it's a smart bottle. The bottle changes color in harmful UV sunlight. Also, it's an SPF 30 plus. If you're going to be out and around the lake this week, got some rain today, but tomorrow's supposed to be nice, and Sunday a little cooler, much nicer here in the region. So it's a Blue Lizard weekend for sure. Australian sunscreen with the sport bottle. These are available at all food cities and at Walmart and a lot of different retail outlets. Again, with the Blue Lizard made right here in Johnson City at Crown Laboratories, goes all over the world. Also, they have the baby, which is great for little people, much needed to be put on little people. And then here's the one the ladies love because it's face. This is a gel. You put this on, and ladies can put their makeup on over above this, or on top of this, I should say. It's Blue Lizard Face. Also, this is the one the fisher people use because it has no fragrance, and the fish apparently pick up the fragrances of the sunscreens. With Blue Lizard, they don't, and therefore a lot of the fisher persons use this because we get this on their hands and get on the hook, or when they're baiting the hook or whatever. Apparently other sunscreens, the fish pick up on it and they don't bite. Blue Lizard with this face, it is fragrance free, no oils, no parabens, no fragrances, and so this is what a lot of the fisher people use when they're out trying to catch the big one on our lakes and streams here, not only in Tennessee but across the country. So Blue Lizard will be there Monday, broadcasting live with the owner and founder, Jeff Bedard, and all the folks at Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen, again located in South Johnson City at Crown Laboratories, again voted one of the top 10 fastest growing small businesses in America, and they're now the official sunscreen of the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago Cubs, and the New York Yankees. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen made right here in Northeast Tennessee. Quick break, we'll be right back. We've got more for you coming up. We're live here again at Sprint in North Johnson City. It's the Sprint Says Thanks deals all weekend long. It's tax-free weekend, of course, in Tennessee, so the $200 off the selected iPads, and that is the tax-free. You get $200 right off the top off selected iPads, and then you don't pay any taxes. You can't get wrong with that. That's a deal. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk more right after this time out. From Sprint, you're listening to show number 567 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There is the screen, and there's how you win tickets to Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, we're giving away tickets to the doubleheader on August the 16th, the UNOH Camping World Truck Series 200, and also the Bush's Beans 150. And also, we have the ball cap on the 25th anniversary of the Food City 300. Austin Dillon back in town to defend his crown. So already, as Jeremiah said, our techie, our IT guy says Tennessee. We have folks already qualified from Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, New York State, Georgia, Ohio, and North Carolina. All you got to do is go right there on the screen, TomTaylorSports.com/contest. We'll give away. We got multiple winners, by the way. We'll give those away coming up 2 weeks from today, August the 11th. Get ready for race weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. And as promised, here is the 2-minute promo of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Check out the picture of Jr. sitting on a tire when his daddy was up here racing as a little boy at Bristol Motor Speedway. Cool 2-minute piece here promoting Dale Jr.'s final stop at Bristol Motor Speedway coming up again in 23 days from tonight with the Food City 300 and 24 days out from the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race.
Final lap for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Bristol is special to me because I've been going there since I was a little kid. I remember watching races on top of old vans and stuff from the infield with my buddies and wishing I was out there and wondering what it would be like to eventually race on the track one day. There's a lot of things that change over time. One of the things that doesn't change is Bristol.
And here's Dale Earnhardt going by his son to take over the 8th position.
160,000 here at Bristol on their feet. Heavily partisan crowd at a place where his father had so much success. And tonight, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is here after winning the night race at Bristol.
Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway. It's billed as the last great Coliseum, and this place lives up to the hype.
The racing there is the standard for short track racing.
Look at Junior getting a great start.
Let me tell you, don't count that 88 out. He's pretty darn good.
If you're not a race fan and I send you to Bristol, you're going to be a race fan when you leave.
wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
And this is one of the biggest wins of my career.
Why is that?
It's Bristol, baby!
And there you go. You need to get your tickets again. 423 Bristol. Call here locally. 423 Bristol. On the computer, BristolTix.com, or again out of the area, 1-866-415-4158, and be ready to roll again for Bristol Motor Speedway. It's not that far out. Again, 23 days from today, or 23 nights from tonight. The Food City 300. Austin Dillon back in town to defend his crown. In fact, all 4 winners last year in the Fall Race Series at Bristol. The Bush's Beans 150, Eric Goodell in a Chevrolet. The Camping World Truck Series H200, Ben Kennedy in a Chevrolet truck. The Food City 300, as we said, won by Austin Dillon in a Chevrolet. And then the night race, of course, ready to roll with the defending champ of the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race, Kevin Harvick, a year ago in that Chevrolet. So that's what's going on. Speaking of Chevrolet, they're looking for work. They're looking for helpers. Again, at Champion Chevrolet, one of our great sponsors, they are looking for, these are full-time jobs, full-time positions in the oil, lube techs, and service technicians. What's happened is they are growing their team. They need more techs on board to take care of the demand they're having for folks to come in and get service work and oil and lube techs. So the award-winning dealership is growing and now hiring. Again, you can join the service team, oil and lube techs and service techs, full-time positions. Again, at Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile here in Johnson City. Simply call and talk to Mark Leonard. Mark Leonard at 282-2121. Again, must have a valid driver's license and a good driving record, and they also drug test for pre-employment, so just know that going in. 282-2121. They're looking for full-time positions with benefits and everything. Oil and lube techs and service techs at Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. We're speaking of Food City and coming up to Food City 300. Please, we have until Tuesday. Please consider giving to the Paralyzed Veterans of America. Again, been shopping all week long at Food City. Every time I go in, I give them $1 or $3 or $5. And of course, this is added to the end of your shopping experience at Food City. 100% will stay in the pipeline to help paralyzed veterans of America who need our help. They deserve our help. They've served our country. Again, to give them the care, the jobs, and the benefits they need. And so 100% of all the money donated and collected through August the 1st, which is Tuesday, again, will be with Food City. So far, they've raised more than $800,000 to benefit paralyzed veterans of America over the last 6 years. So, again, if everybody between now and Tuesday, there's 134 Food Cities, and if everybody just gave $1 every time they shopped at Food City between now and Tuesday, imagine the kind of money that can come back into the kitty. And Richard Petty will be very excited. He's the ambassador for Paralyzed Veterans of America. And again, these folks deserve they've served our country. They got hurt. A lot of them have spinal injuries. And so they deserve everything we can do to help them, as far as I'm concerned. And so Arctic Coolers, by the way, stepped in and gave a pledge of $25,000 to kick off the campaign. So it's now through August the 1st at all Food Cities. It's been going on for about a month. Again, so you have a choice of adding $1, $3, or $5 donation. Will be available at the checkout when you finish your shopping experience at any and all Food Cities, and 100% of what you give stays into the pipeline to help out our paralyzed veterans of America. So cool stuff. Also, before we go to the break, getting ready to call Cincinnati, talk to our buddy Dave from WLW in Cincinnati. Coming up this Thursday night, we'll be there broadcasting live. On Thursday, we'll be at the Putt Putt in Kingsport for the 8th annual Putt Putt tournament to help benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Fabulous event. Registration starts at 5. Tournament starts at 6. 4-person team, captain's choice, only $25 a person. Everybody can play putt-putt. Not everybody can play golf, but everybody can play putt-putt. We're going to have music there. Benny Wilson, Ivy Road, Asylum Suite. 3 bands will be there. It's coming up again on Thursday night. Again, it's putt-putt in in Kingsport. The putt-putt course here on Stone Drive. And all this goes to raise money for, we've got 4 counties. We have 90 kids right now, unfortunately, having to use the services of St. Jude's Hospital. Out of the 4 counties, we have 90 youngsters right now being served by St. Jude's, or there, or at St. Jude's, the auxiliary hospital, Niswonger, here in Johnson City. So this is a chance to help these kids All the food's been donated. If you buy a hamburger or a hot dog fresh off the grill, everything you purchase when you get over there as far as food, 100% will go right into the kitty. I know last year they raised about $25,000 in one night playing putt-putt. Pretty cool. Benny Wilson's going to be there putting on some music. This guy sings Brown Eyed Girl better, in my opinion, than Van Morrison, the original performer of that song. So Benny Wilson will be there. Ivy Road's going to be there. Asylum Suite's going to be there. It's this coming Thursday night, again, at Putt-Putt in Kingsport to raise money for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And so if you can get by, there's going to be a 50-50 bucket where all the money goes in. You win half and St. Jude's gets the other half. There's all kinds of door prizes and silent auction items been donated. So can't go wrong. We'll be there broadcasting live Thursday night, Putt-Putt in Kingsport, to help out with the 8th annual Putt-Putt tournament for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. This being put on by the Tri-Cities Gold Wing Riders, Tennessee Chapter C. What's really cool in September, they've been raising money all year long. So in September, they actually start a caravan from Bristol, and they take the check and the money to St. Jude's in Memphis. It's a 2-day gig, but they'll leave in Bristol in a motorcycle caravan to St. Jude's in Memphis. We're talking anywhere between 100 and 200, 250 bikes. Pretty cool. They stop somewhere down Middle Tennessee, then roll on into St. Jude's the next day, make a check presentation. Our buddy Gary Taylor, who's going to be on the show next week, said, he'd never been. So the first time he went to St. Jude and saw all those kids, he was hooked. So it changed him forever. So they're out raising money for a great cause. If you can, next Thursday night, play putt-putt. Everybody can play putt-putt. I was over there tonight, shot like a 98. Terrible, but I had fun. So it's all good. So if you get a chance, please consider playing putt-putt next Thursday night at the Putt-Putt on Stone Drive in Kingsport. Quick break. We'll be right back. We will go to, as promised, Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll talk to my man Dave Martin from WLW Radio, talking about the Reds and the Cavaliers and the Bengals and the Browns and the Buckeyes. Our Ohio sports update coming up next year as we're live at Sprint in North Johnson City on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
This is the place where you can forget all about work for a while and celebrate the good old U.S. of A. And take in the best bumper-banging, fist-waving, hero-making short track race of the year, the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race. And kids' tickets are just $10. Be there August 19th, because it ain't just another race. It's Bristol, baby.
Trucks, and more trucks at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a huge selection of over 400 new Silverados to choose from, with over 700 total Chevrolets in stock, with savings that are bigger than our massive selection. Silverado Double and Crew Cab All-Stars, $11,000 off MSRP. Malibu LT, 20% off. 17 Colorado, $19,995. 17 Equinox, $21,445. Don't miss out on one of the best times to buy a new Chevrolet with savings that will leave you asking, how do they do that? At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Davis Sports Show, we're live at Sprint in North Johnson City for about a half hour more, man. This show has flown by. I'm telling you, I can't believe how fast the thing's gone, but we're winding this thing down. But let's go to, well, he's not in Cincinnati. He's in Columbus doing something. This guy's, I never know where he's at, what he's doing, but he is a regular on WLW Radio in Cincinnati tomorrow night. But today he's in Columbus. Our buddy Dave Martin riding away with Dave. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Yesterday I was in one of those lift buckets about 50 feet up in the air, and I was just hoping the guy knew what he was doing, controlling me. Nowadays you got to make a living any way you can and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. And, of course, I can do roofing, I can do painting, carpentry, landscaping, so I get down and dirty with the best of them, no problem about that. But that's a little scary when you got some dude you don't really know, you're around and trying to get close to a house and a roof and walks flying around. I don't want to get too close to them, so it's like a three-ring circus, but I guess that's just par for the course, you know what I mean?
So I'll play. Why were you? So I'll play. Tell me why you were 50 foot up in a cherry picker yesterday, wherever you were, and swatting wasps. Were you working on a roof? What were you doing?
Well, I was actually doing stuff, and it's really about the only way to get up there. And my buddy's got a big graduation party tomorrow night, and he's one of these big high-priced attorneys they call the Big Doe, and I'm just his little worker boy, his best bud and stuff. So I got to do all this work to know everything. Smart enough to go up there and handle all that. And the one guy says, "Hell, I don't want to go up there and like that." So I said, "Okay, yeah, I guess I got to go up there." And I didn't realize that the wasps were all hanging out. So I got up there and their necks, straight on. And I thought, "Oh, wow, this ain't good." You see a bunch of wasps up, and let me tell you what, they come right after you. They don't care who in the hell you are or whatever. So I told them, "Don't shake this bucket, whatever you do, because I'm in a situation."
We're talking about. In a cherry picker, no parachute. There you go. Oh Lord. We're talking to our buddy Dave. Woo! So what's going on? The Reds are in the tank. We're not even going to talk about the Reds. Let's talk about the Cavaliers. What's going on with the Cavaliers? What a week. Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving, LeBron. What's the latest, man?
Well, it says here headlines from the Cleveland paper. LeBron's wingman wants to fly on his own. Some of the details people may not be aware of, and I don't know. I've been accused of needing a 20-gallon hat or whatever. I think Kyrie may need about a 50-gallon hat nowadays or something like that, because apparently, Kyrie, kind of set this up with the audience. He wants to be the big superstar, and I guess either New York or L.A. Maybe he wants to go hang out with the Kardashians. Hell, I don't know. That's never done any good for anybody over there. But so right now, I guess Kyrie is over there living the life of luxury over in Taiwan on a big tour there, and over in Japan. And I didn't realize that Kyrie, really, his popularity has grown. He might be the number 3, number 4 guy overall in the NBA. It says here that Kyrie, when he signed his 5-year, $94 million extension July 1, 2014 to stay with
Exactly.
He can play with any of the big boys, but the question is, can you afford to trade Kyrie and hand the reins over to Derrick Rose? And I'm sure he would mesh okay with LeBron because he would probably realize that LeBron's running the show there in Cleveland and has been for the last 3 years. But can he stay healthy for the whole season? So I don't know. I don't think right now that the Cavs should trade Irving because I think they're in the perfect slot with the other players that we talked about that the Cavs have been picking up. Actually get some guys that seem like can play defense and would be willing to play defense because that's what hurt the Cavs this past season, especially against Golden State. You have to have somebody that can defend. You got to stop, the Durants and the Currys and not just, in the playoffs, but I mean all season long so you can hopefully get the home court advantage because you can see what a valuable asset that is for the playoffs. And you got Boston, those bunch of crybabies. They've recruited a bunch of young bucks to go after LeBron, and they think he's wearing down, like the old great lion that's been around, running the herd for a long period of time. But so there's a lot of controversy. This is getting a lot of headlines. Nowadays, these guys want to see themselves in print, and, on TV and social media, blah, blah, blah. So, I just don't know the personality of Kyrie, but he's always seemed pretty level-headed and a pretty good ball player. But he is kind of a gun, and it talks here in the paper that Kyrie actually takes more shots than LeBron, and that's, even in, like, the regular season and in the playoffs and stuff. So, he's getting the ball plenty of times and stuff. Not like LeBron won't share it, but, LeBron gets on because he lacks on defense, too, from time to time, and that's a troubling trend to me. A lot of these big superstars think that they don't have to spend any energy on defense because they're just going to go down there and hoist it up from three-point land or, put up a one-on-one and dribble around for 20 seconds and take their shot and stuff. And that's why basketball, I think, has kind of lost a lot of flavor. It's all me, I. Where's my contract? Where's my money? And, if we win, then hooray.
We're talking to Dave again, our buddy from WLW in Cincinnati. So you're up there, I'm down here. So who's right, who's wrong? Is LeBron James right? Is Kyrie Irving right? Will Rose be the right fit? I mean, who's right in your opinion? Who's wrong in this ongoing soap opera?
Well, the thing of it is, I would say this is, Kyrie Irving, at least he signed a 5-year contract and, was under the impression that they were really going to, make him a focal point. Then along came LeBron, first along came a NBA championship, so you can't argue with that. But LeBron's still working his thing with his opt-out type of deal in his contract. Because LeBron has a chance after next season to opt out. And the hot talk was about LeBron maybe going to the Clippers or going to LA, and him wanting to be a bigger superstar and abandoning Cleveland for the second time, which I think would be a bad move on his part because he would never be allowed back in the state if he did that. I don't see it. Who the hell? People are trying to escape LA. Why the hell do you want to go hang out unless you want to move next door to Madonna or the Kardashians or Streisand or something like that? Hell, that's a motley crew right there. Hang out with all the snowflakes and wilt, when it gets 70 degrees because of all the global warming. But I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. So I'll keep you posted because I got the inside track to the Cleveland Plain Dealer. So if I can buy the paper, then I'm gonna be up to everything. Newspaper guys, they never get it wrong, do they?
No. When you're not painting and swatting wasps, you'll be out there and be on the cutting edge. So there you go. We're talking to our buddy Dave Martin again live from WLW in Cincinnati. All right, let's switch gears. Buckeye football. Urban Meyer is mad. I think I read he's never been shut out before, ever, if I read that right. Got beat 31-0 by Clemson, and so there's a new focus in Columbus for this football program. Tell me about it.
Well, the first thing after that debacle last year in the playoffs and stuff, Meyer went out and got the new offensive coordinator, Kevin Wilson, who was a former Indiana head coach and is highly respected and stuff. And says Kevin Wilson is the first established offensive coordinator I've ever hired, Meyer said. It's either been guys promoted from the staff or young up-and-comers like Tom Herman, who took off a few years ago, and the Buckeyes offense definitely went downhill, and he went and did an outstanding job over there at Houston and stuff. But he's kind of put his faith in this Kevin Wilson, and the one thing I can tell you is the Buckeyes are going to be an up which I think is good. That's a popular trend nowadays, and I agree with it. You know, if you got more skilled players, why not speed things up and work the other team's strength or work the defense and hopefully take their legs away from them for the second half or whatever. And if you're in a better condition and you got more guns and more horses to throw at them, I think that puts you in a pretty strong position. Now, they moved one of their fifth-year seniors from guard to center, so that should really help out. And you got J.T. Barrett that's already up for a couple preseason awards. You know, he's very highly decorated, MVP in Big Ten and you know, stuff like that. But he doesn't have the arm strength to get the ball way downfield. So they've been working with him on the off season. But they got a couple cats that can heave the ball. But Urban has already come out and said, hey, man, we're going to go deep. We're going to go deep often. We're going to put the ball up. We're going to be able to run. And I predict, like I told you before, without even studying real closely the schedule and all the other different teams they'll be going up against, that I can't see the Buckeyes losing a game in the regular season. Now, injuries and weather can change that equation. I haven't studied all the other teams, but Urban Meyer is on a mission to atone for that shellacking he took 31 nothing. He's got some of the right coaches. Well, you know, when you shellac a guy like Urban like that, I don't think he smiled all season or whatever. And you see the picture of him in the paper and stuff. And he's got that grim look and stuff like that. But he's riled up. And, of course, I know Nick Saban's riled up, too, after they blew that game to Clemson and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of shaking and baking. But the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to be a force to reckon with all season long. And I think the message to these players, if you don't get the job done on field, take a look at the bench, because that's where you'll be sitting at.
We're talking to our buddy Dave. Before I let you go, let's run them down real quick. I want you win-loss, okay? You open up at Indiana. Ohio State wins that one or not? Win or loss?
Oh, yeah. No, I know it's a Thursday night game. It's all this hubbub and stuff. But Kevin Wilson, he knows all about the Indiana program, being the former head coach. And Urban Meyer will want to make a statement there, since that'll be kind of like the prime game. So.
All right, you take. All right, game 2, Oklahoma at home. What do you think?
Yeah, no problem. 100,000, 105,000 fans, and Oklahoma lost their coach. They lost a lot of their key players. That'd be like a little scrimmage game for the Buckeyes and stuff. And Urban likes to bank the big boys anyhow. So who the team is, you know. So yeah, that's no problem.
Game 3, they got Army in Columbus.
Yeah, that would be easy. Urban Meyer like the military. So that might only be about a 62-13 type of ball game or something like that.
Next game up is UNLV at home against the running Rebels of Nevada, Las Vegas. I got to figure out that's a W too.
Yeah, well, with basketball, that'd be a different story and stuff. But this happens to be football, so yeah, that'd be a problem.
I'm telling you, this schedule's soft. You put this up against the SEC schedule. Then you go. Of course, it's a conference opener. You play at Rutgers, or not the conference opener. You play at Rutgers. That's got to be a win. They're 5-0. You got Maryland for homecoming. I'm thinking you schedule. Yeah, you schedule that for a reason. Then you go to Nebraska. That may be tough out in Lincoln at Nebraska. That may be a tough place to play, but.
Well, you know, yeah, Nebraska's had a decent team here the last few years, and that's always a tough place to play. And that'll probably be some of these teams we've been talking about with the decent Big Ten teams. They're probably worked the schedule around to make them a prime time night game. They've done that the last couple of years with the Buckeyes. They're such a big draw. Them and Alabama, of course, are probably the two biggest TV draws in the country.
So you're going to take Nebraska, or you're going to take Ohio State and Nebraska? Who's going to win that?
Well, I'm riding with my boys right here in the Buckeyes.
All right. Halloween weekend, you got Penn State at home. That's going to be a biggie. Who do you like there?
Yeah, well, now Penn State should be one of the teams that could give Ohio State. They have been a thorn in Ohio State's side a few times and stuff. We've had to go to overtime, I think once or twice with them, and they've got a real good coach. But, you know, they're talking about, you know, he's really got to do it this year. Like I say, I haven't had a chance to study Penn State, see who all they got coming back and what type of team, but I'm sure that they're still a little bit more of a conservative type of team offensively and defensively, and hopes that the other team makes mistakes. You know, that's the big equalizer. You know, you throw a couple quick interceptions, or you fumble the ball and stuff like that, you can turn a team that's a 14-point underdog into, you know, a shootout and stuff like that. And Ohio State is going to be a young, inexperienced I think by the time they start playing the Penn State and Michigan and some of the other teams, they will have that experience under their belt, and that's why I feel pretty confident that they'll be all set, when fall rolls around. But yeah, I think another big win there was Ohio State.
All right, they're 8-0. They lost it at Penn State last year, 24-21. Here's your trap game. You ready? November the 4th, the Buckeyes go to Iowa. That's going to be a trap game. Can they still beat them?
Yeah, well, Iowa, they were pretty strong last year. I think they faded late in the year and stuff. But, and Iowa's another decent team, so, right into the meat of the schedule. And depending on the weather, that time of year and stuff like that, that could be a little bit of a wild card. But like I say, Urban's teams usually play pretty darn good on the road.
So you're going to take Iowa. I mean, you're going to take the Buckeyes. You got them at 9-0. So then you get into Michigan. They have Michigan State, Illinois, then at Michigan, the final three. How do you like those three? Michigan State, Illinois, and at Michigan.
Yeah, I don't look for Michigan State. I mean, a bunch of their players, I think, they're going to be in the slammer or they'll be on the tractor or picking up debris alongside of the freeways, whatever, however they treat it and stuff like that. But the players they recruited over there, so unless they get out of their jumpsuits and get to put the uniforms back on, I think the Buckeyes be okay. And Urban doesn't have any love lost for Michigan State anyhow, because they've had a couple wins against them and stuff like that. So it's going to come down to Michigan, and I can tell you that Urban will like nothing better to put the smack down on that big mouth over there that's taking over there in Michigan and stuff. And I guess he was, making waves there in Chicago and dressing up like Belichick wannabe or whatever. Harbaugh, yeah, that's a character. So, like I say, that may be the toughest game to keep them from running the table, but that's probably a game where everything will be on the line as far as cementing their position in the playoffs and maybe getting a little bit easier opponent in the first round. So, like I say, I'm predicting Ohio State run the table this year.
Wow, you got them at 12-0. All right, so we'll see.
That's right, and I'm going to do it early. Hey, the first year Urban Meyer came in, let me tell you what, I was one of the only guys, this is all recorded on talk radio, with the sports knuckleheads around here that they don't know anything unless they see it online or whatever, and then that's their Bible or whatever. But I was one of the only guys, and even one of the big announcers on the Big Shot radio station, that's their big color analyst, I predicted Ohio State would go undefeated. He predicted they'd be 8-4. And of course, you saw how that came out, and they ended up having a national championship. Of course, did I get any street cred for it? Hell no, they banned me from making them look bad. But hey, you got to remember something. I got on the Indians, and I predicted that the Indians could very easily end up in the World Series, and then they go out to the West Coast and got all beat up on. Now, in a week's time, I think Frank Cohn was probably listening to your big show because people listen to it all over the country. Indians are the 6-0 run. They got a 6-man starting rotation, and even some of their high-priced free agents, that Edward Enkar Shinoni or whatever, he's starting to hit the ball. So, the Indians are back on a roll, and they're smiling up there along the lake and stuff. So who cares about the Reds when you got the Tribe on a roll?
There you go. That would be Edwin Encarnacion. And so I got one more story for you. I want to get your take on this. Here's a kid in Mississippi. I'm not making this up. He's in 8th grade. He's in Mississippi. He's 6'4", 286. He runs a 4.740. He has been offered scholarships this week by Mississippi State and Alabama. In fact, they got a picture on the internet of him standing beside Saban. 6'4", 286 in 8th grade. And, of course, Mississippi schools have said he has to play at least freshman football. He can't play 8th grade because he's so much bigger than everybody else. The guy's 6'4", 286 in the 8th grade, which makes him, 14 years old? And he runs a 4.740, so keep your eye on this kid's last name. This kid's name is Otis, O-A-T-I-S, Yaheem Otis. And so 6'4", 286, that's about your size in a big guy.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what they feed down there in Mississippi, if it's the crawfish or or whatever, but it sounds like he's getting plenty of it, whatever it is.
Yep. All right, last question. The curiosity's killing me. You're up 50 foot up in that cherry picker, and you're swatting wasps. Are you painting with a brush or with a sprayer?
No. I wasn't really swatting at him. I was going to defend myself. always paint with a brush because when you're doing this detail for a high-priced attorney, I mean, he's more particular than anybody's wife. Let me tell you what. I mean, you get one speck here, one speck there. That's not, in fact, that's what I was doing. I was going up there correcting the guys that had, screwed things up from a couple days before that were connected with that thing. I had to go up there and doctor everything up and, retouch up their over spray. They got up there and they thought they could roll here and there, and next thing you know, they got paint on the other color of stucco and this and that, and all the metal trim. So, I had to go up there and fix all their mistakes and stuff like that. So, that was the deal. But yeah, no, I was leaving those wasps alone because I've had a hard time outrunning them on the ground. I wouldn't go dual banjos with them. I'm up there. I don't know where to go except straight down.
I got you. Tomorrow night you're going to be on WLW in Cincinnati. Tell me how we're going to be able to find you tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, man. The truckers love the show, and I got the bikers, and I got the theft, and I got the talk radio crowd. And my whole goal is to try to make that, the top overnight show around the country. And people can listen to WLW at 700 on the AM dial, like in 38 states. And you can listen online, too, iHeartRadio. Just go to America's Trucking Network or 700 WLW, and there's a listen live button and stuff. But I'm on there from midnight to 5 in the morning. I mean, it's kind of a tough shift, but I mean, you know all about keeping late hours and stuff, and seeing how you're going to be on with me at 1 o'clock, giving us the up-to-date NASCAR. And like I say, the guys, they sing your praise all the time, man. They really enjoy having you come on, and of course, we talk more than just the good old boys driving around in circles and stuff. Hell, we talk all the different sports, and we have a good time doing it. But it's a lot of fun and entertaining. And right now I'm filling in, but it looks like I'll have a good opportunity to get the full-time weekend gig. And like I say, last night I filled in for the big dog, and that was really a nice treat. Got to meet a lot of the different truckers that are the weekly drivers as opposed to the weekend crowd. So I got a nice review. But we were talking about that two-faced John McCain and how he sold out Donald Trump and the Republican Party, and those two rhino snowflakes women, one from Alaska and I think the other one up there in Maine. So the guys, they were stirred up like a bunch of hornets last.
We'll talk to you tomorrow night. I can't wait to be there with you, man. You got it. You roll. You're riding away with Dave. I'll talk to you tomorrow night, big guy. Okay. Bye-bye. What a piece of work that guy is right there. Now, he's a piece of work. Guy's up on a 50-foot cherry picker, 50 foot up in the sky. Doesn't know who's running the cherry picker down below him, and then he gets up there trying to paint a house, and the wasps get after him. So he's slinging paint, trying to swat them wasps. Guy's out of control. Riding away with Dave. We'll come back and close out this show. We're live with Sprint in North Johnson City. We'll be right back right after this on 567 show, the 567th show of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Here's where we can enter to win these tickets to Bristol Motor Speedway. We've got multiple winners. We've got 6 states already qualified folks from Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Georgia, Ohio, North Carolina, New York State. And so all you got to do is go right there, TomTaylorSports.com/contest. We'll give it away 2 weeks from today. Multiple winners. A lot of folks wanting to get tickets, buying tickets to see the last time they'll see Dale Jr. at Bristol Motor Speedway on a Friday night for the Xfinity Series for the 25th anniversary of the Food City 300. And we, of course, are, as you can see on the screen, giving you a chance to win tickets free. All you got to do is go to, again, there you see it, TomTaylorSports.com/contest. Be ready to win, and we'll have multiple winners coming up again on August the 11th. 2 weeks from today, we'll be at Food City again in Piney Flats to pull the winners for that particular show. All right, before we get out of here, again, Bristol Motor Speedway tomorrow. It's all free. It's a free event. It's the Cigna Day of Health, offering free health screenings and dental care. That'll be all day tomorrow, thanks to Speedway Children's Charities. And so you'll have free dental service to those 10 years and older, cholesterol, blood pressure screenings, blood sugar, and body mass index screenings, all free. Chest x-rays, free. There'll be health coaches there on hand as well. So again, this is being put on by the Appalachian Miles for Smiles, the Mobile Dental Unit, and the Cigna Health Improvement Tour. So it's all free tomorrow, thanks to Speedway Children's Charities at Bristol Motor Speedway. So if you are so inclined, stop by there and get some free dental care for anybody 10 and older tomorrow. Again, that's being put on by Cigna, Bristol Motor Speedway, and again, the good folks at Bristol Motor Speedway and Cigna Day of Health, and also, again, the Appalachian Miles for Smiles. All right, here we go. Let's run it down for you. Baseball tonight, under the lights, it goes like this. Tampa Bay at New York. The Dodgers check out the Angels in Toronto. Detroit playing host to Houston. Kansas City at Boston. Baltimore at Texas. Cleveland at Chicago. Minnesota at Oakland. The Mets will be in Seattle. In the National League, Atlanta opens up a series in Philadelphia against the Phillies, obviously. You have Toronto on the mound tonight for Atlanta. Colorado at Washington. The Reds in Miami. Cubs will be in Milwaukee. Cardinals open up a series against Arizona. The Mets at Seattle. San Diego at Pittsburgh. and the Los Angeles Dodgers with Wood on the mound at 11-1, hosting their bitter rival, the San Francisco Giants. So that's what's going on again tonight and today in Major League Baseball. Wrapping this thing up, I want to say thanks to our guest again. Joe Avento stopped by today from the Johnson City Press. Also Dave Martin from WLW Radio in Cincinnati. And also Pat Patterson joining us live from Iowa Speedway, getting ready for the big Xfinity Series race this weekend at Iowa Speedway for the U.S. Cellular 250. And, of course, the other NASCAR races coming up. We got the Truck Series and, of course, the Cup Series in Pocono this weekend. And let's see, we would tell you that it's going to be the Overton's 400 at Pocono for the Cup Series on Sunday at 3 o'clock. And the Camping World Truck Series will be tomorrow afternoon for the Overton's 150 at Pocono Raceway as well. We'll let you know on Monday. We'll be live at Blue Lizard. We'll let you know Monday who won. We'll get a trackside report from Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fan reporter in Northern Virginia. And, of course, he'll join us again on the show. Monday we'll be live at Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen again in downtown Johnson City. Tuesday, can't remember where I'm going to be. Wednesday will be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday at Champion Chevrolet. Next Friday a week, we'll be on the road again. We'll be at Food City on Eastman Road in Kingsport next Friday. Here we go one more time. Here's all the Sprint Says Thanks deals this weekend. Again, 50% off at all Sprint locations across the Tri-Cities. Kingsport, Elizabethton, of course, here in Johnson City, Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia on exit 7. 50% off the Samsung Galaxy S8. Also, you got several high-end devices for only $30 down, $10 a month, no matter your credit situation. That's new Sprint deals for this weekend. Also, a free Samsung Tab E. How about that? An unlimited data for $20 a month. That's all weekend long, so you get by here when you can or any of the Sprint locations. Also, $200 off selected iPads, and those are tax-free on top of that, so that's a great savings. $200 off selected iPads, and then on top of that, it's a tax-free weekend on those selected iPads. Up to $300 in gift cards for switching to Sprint and having a qualifying employee discount. Also, if you're an already Sprint customer, earn up to $500 for referring your friends. And also, Sprint will buy out your current arrangement and agreement with the competition up to $650 per line. All that's coming up this weekend right here again, as we said, at the Sprint store in North Johnson City. I've been a Sprint customer for many, many years before that with Suncom and love Sprint. They take care of me, Zeb and the boys. They take care of me, and, of course, the Fraulein as well. She's here, and they all do a great job, and they take care of us. So, hey, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Back in the saddle on Monday from Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen. And again, go to this website this weekend and get registered. Again, already folks have qualified from Tennessee, New York, West Virginia, Georgia, Ohio, North Carolina, winning tickets to Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest half mile. And the fans are coming, and you should be right there with them. But you can win tickets to the racing on Wednesday, the racing on Friday of race week, and again, absolutely free, no purchase necessary. And again, we're giving away multiple winner tickets, so it's not just a one-time shot. You put your name in the hat, and there's a chance for you to win. There's several pairs of tickets we're giving away, to say the least, to each race, so be sure and do that. We'll see you Monday. Thanks again to the Sprint and to Ronnie and the boys here again at Sprint in North Johnson City. And as always, we'll tell you till we greet you at 11 o'clock on Monday from Blue Lizard, Australian Sunscreen, the factory in South Johnson City. Remember, as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Have a great weekend. So long, everybody.